Hey guys, Don Martino here with a special message from Logitech. Do you guys like to create content? Well, these guys got what you need. We at Anorax believe in the brand of Logitech because they have helped us get started and they have helped us get out of a lot of different binds that we have been in. We're here to offer you some of the best deals Logitech has to offer, so please go down and click the links in the description below and that will be enough to get you started. Toy Story 4 is directed by Josh Cooley and tells the story of Woody, played by Tom Hanks, and Buzz, played by Tim Allen, as they meet a new toy named Sporky. And as they meet this new toy, they realize that it is important to their kid, who is Bonnie, and they want to try to support the decision to bring this toy into the gang. So before I get into this review, I just want to say that I do understand the preemptive criticisms about this film. I thought Toy Story 3 would have been a perfect ending. It would have served as a perfect ending. And Josh Cooley has never directed a feature before, and that's another thing that can really bother people going into this. And it's a lot of pressure on somebody to make a sequel that seems so unnecessary to a series, especially when it is their first feature. And I'm happy to say that Toy Story 4 is a fantastic time in the theater, and I highly recommend that you go see it. So one of the things that I loved about this film in particular is that it is so funny. I laughed almost from beginning to end, and I say almost from beginning to end because there are moments when the comedy lets up and the jokes are kind of there to serve characters and serve the story. They don't feel like jokes just to be jokes, and I really enjoyed that. On top of this being the funniest Toy Story yet, it is also the most visually stunning Toy Story film yet. Not just in the way that the shots were constructed, Josh Cooley definitely knew what he was doing here, but it is also just so advanced as opposed to all the other Pixar films, I think. And that was really refreshing to see. It's almost like they're kind of using new technology now, and it feels very cool. And I also saw this in IMAX, and I highly recommend seeing it that way because I felt so much more immersed in the adventure. Josh Cooley also was not afraid to take chances with this film. It's very dark. It's as dark as you can get for a Toy Story film, and I appreciated the fact that he was able to take some risks. Without giving too much away, you do meet some toys in an antique shop, and it's kind of a callback to the first one when you see Sid's toys, and it can be very scary for children. So kind of take caution when you take your children to this film, but I enjoyed the fact that they were pushing the envelope. I also enjoyed that underneath this film there was a message, and that message kind of seems very clear to me anyway after coming out of the film, and I hope that all the audience members that go to see it can also find the message in this film. And I just think it's fantastic, and it's great for everybody of any age, my age, and little children. We can all kind of learn something from the Toy Story franchise, and this film in particular. I think that the message was very strong. And seeing this with an audience, it helped me appreciate it so much more because when the jokes were coming, everybody laughed of all ages. Adults, children. There are jokes for all different ages in this film, and I think that that's important because you want a family film to actually be for the entire family, whether or not it is a franchise that started back when I was young or it's a franchise that started with the new generation. It should still have humor or references or themes that can appeal to everybody, and I think Toy Story 4 did that perfectly. Now, to touch on the issue that I think everybody's going to be worried about is, does this film feel necessary to the Toy Story series? And I'm going to say yes, it feels very necessary, and now I cannot see the franchise without it. Because when you get to the end, you kind of realize that every film leading up to this one mattered to what happens in this film. The story arc of the character of Woody is just perfection, and it's storytelling at its best, and I think that you will find that going into this film. At least I hope you do, the way that I did. Keanu Reeves is also in this film as the Keanu Sans is upon us, and he is fantastic. He is one of my favorite parts of the film. He had me laughing from beginning to end. Every moment his character was on screen, there was something very funny about it, and I love the character of Duke Kaboom. He is one of my favorite Toy Story characters, and I think always will be from now on. The character of Sporky is also very good in this film, and something that really surprised me was the character of Bo Peep. Yes, she is back in full force, and she really brings it. Bo Peep is so much more significant in this film than she has been in all the other films, and I love the direction that Josh Cooley decided to go with her character. It really added a lot of depth to that character, and it added a lot of purpose to that character, and it also informed the character of Woody so much. All the other characters that we know and love aren't in this film as much as they are in the others, but it didn't bother me so much because this film clearly is Woody's story, and I think that that's made very clear from the very beginning, and it was actually kind of refreshing to see something that was actually focused on Woody, who is my favorite character of the franchise anyway. Jordan Peele and Michael Keegan also are voices in this film. They voiced the characters of Duck and Bunny, and they are hysterical. Oh my god, they had me in tears most of the time, and I just love them so much. They are such a great comedy duo, and they really prove it in this film. I really hope that they do not move forward with the Toy Story 5, as the ending of this really wraps up the franchise well. It packs such an emotional punch, and I love it so much. If anything, do some films or TV series in the same universe, but do not continue the story of these main characters, because it wraps up so very well, and I think that you'll find that going to see this film. This is an absolutely necessary sequel, and I don't think you will be disappointed if you are a fan of this franchise. At least I cannot see you being disappointed. At the end of the day, guys, Toy Story 4 is so much fun. It's hysterical, it's heartwarming, it just really packs that emotional punch, and it keeps you smiling so much that my teeth were hurting. And it was such a pleasure to see this with an audience, because everybody applauded at the end of this movie. So if that tells you anything, which I hope it does, go see this film. I have absolutely no complaints about Toy Story 4. It is another great addition to this franchise, and I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A+. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into my review of Toy Story 4. I've been Don Martino. Please check out some other reviews on the channel. Hit that subscribe button below. Hit the like button below. Leave some comments in the feedback section. I appreciate that very much. I'll also be leaving my Twitter and Instagram in the description below, so be sure to follow me there. Much appreciated. I've been Don Martino. This has been a review of Toy Story 4, and thank you guys for watching.